Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. I want to start off by saying hi everybody. Let me go in the chat and say hello to the folks that came in on time, and I want to acknowledge you guys. Hey Mike White. Hey Lady Coltrane. Hey Angie, Mom 2 Square. Mom 2C squared. Hey Tall Glass. Hey Rob. Hey VK. Hey J Love. Hey Margiano? Giario? I'm sorry if I mess up your name. Margiario. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hey Realist in charge. Hey Danny. What's up, Sylvia? Ben Boosie can now see his girl. That's great. Yeah, I saw that, Danny. I have updates on Boosie too. I got some paperwork that you guys. Yeah, that's great. Hey, Just Moe. Hey, Miss W 1985. Hey, Silver Fox. Hey, Damian Williams. Hello, Stephanie Smith. All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead on and get this going. I'm going to do a blanket hello to everyone. Yesterday, court started at 1 o'clock, but we had some technical difficulty. And the technical difficulty came from a company that was doing movies in the courthouse. And for some strange reason, the wiring that leads to the media room got some kind of way jacked up, and so we had to go and do most of our recordings and things like that from inside the courtroom. So you should have seen me running all over the place trying to get things together, but we finally got it together. And then at the end, I found out because there was so many equipment on that one camera, and the camera is pretty old, that equipment kind of overloaded, and it caused us to I'm sorry, it caused us to not be able to have a strong signal. And you guys know I work from the Wi-Fi of the courthouse, so my signal kind of had my stuff spinning. But I did have a backup, my backup camera. So the ending of the court from yesterday, I do have it here, and that's what I'm going to play for you guys. And then if you guys want to go back to yesterday afternoon, early in the afternoon, we can do that. But I just want to make sure you guys get what happened at the end, okay? Does that sound good? And I'm going to start from the point where the witness was on the stand talking about the gas station scene where she saw, the big rifle from DK as well as the other guy. Okay. So, all right. It was intentional. No, it wasn't, but it wasn't intentional. Thank you for all the scenes today. Send you gas money. LOL. Thank you, Michael. Hey, everyone. Glad I'm watching the live from the beginning. Okay. Hey, hello, Miss Sylvia. I was earlier in the little tour and you were saying a news outlet told you they hadn't got the good stuff yet. Do you mean the store or defense? Well, that I'm being told that there are some individuals that are going to come to testify against YoungThug, and that person supposedly, I think, is what was the name they told me? Antonio Sledge. You guys know that name, Antonio Sledge. So that person's supposed to drop some bombs. And also, I thought they said that the guy with the half a head was going to be see, they didn't say anything about Woody, because they said Woody lies so much and he switched his story. He had all these different things going on and he was trying to get out of his own case. So they didn't say him. They talked about Antonio Sledge. That's what they talked about mostly. And there's some other things that, I just want to let you guys be the the juror on those things. Hey Sylvia, like in the live, we'll have the catch up replay. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and get started. Because I don't want to hold you guys too long. All right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my branding up because this is something that everybody doesn't have, not the beginning part, but like, so I want to make sure. Can you see through this? Can you still see? Is that good enough? Can you still see? Can you still see? Can I see? Raise your hand. Let me know if you guys can still see. Okay. Remember, Lynette, the sledge is supposed to be in the car with you know, the rental car. That situation. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm going to add this in here, and I'm going to start from the gas station scene because most of you guys have seen this part already, okay? But the ending where the judge talked, you guys don't have that because the system was messing up. I'm going to try to stay quiet till the end, and you guys could
that drove in first. 3. Is there another occupant near the gas pumps? And if you can't tell, that's okay.
At this angle, I can't tell.
Has anyone gotten out of the blue vehicle that pulled up after the silver Pontiac?
No. No.
Do you recognize anyone that has just gotten out of that silver Pontiac that's walking forward in the video?
Do y'all want me to make it a little lighter?
Yes.
But I just want to make
Kelvin
sure.
Treadwell, aka OG Bitley.
And what area are they walking towards, the occupants of the silver vehicle?
The entrance to the food mart portion of the Sicko.
How about that? Is that better?
At 21:36:17, has anybody gotten out of the blue vehicle?
No.
What about 21:36:37? Anybody out of the blue vehicle yet?
No.
At 21:36:59, has anybody gotten out of the blue vehicle yet?
No.
At 21:37:08, is there any movement from the blue vehicle?
Yes.
What does it do for the record?
It passes by the front side of the silver Pontiac, and it eventually end up over here at the opposite gas pump.
You have a continuing objection, Your Honor.
As to what, sir?
Personal action, personal knowledge.
I'm overruled, no. And not this time, sir.
At 21:37:14, what for the record is the blue vehicle doing?
It stopped in front of the silver Pontiac.
And what does it do initially, before pulling up to the set of gas pumps opposite the silver Pontiac?
It reversed a short distance and then pulled to the side of it near the, so the driver's side doors are next to each other.
At this point, have you seen anybody get out of the blue vehicle?
Not at this point.
At 21:38:02, where is the What has the blue vehicle done since the last time that I asked you a question about it for the record?
Is now next to the adjacent gas pumps of the silver vehicle.
Is it directly situated next to, or is it behind and to the right of the Pontiac?
I stand your objection.
Would you please, for the record, clarify exactly where the blue vehicle is in relation to the Pontiac at 2138.705?
Behind it and directly to the right of it.
Thank you. And are the brake lights on?
They are.
Okay.
Well, they were.
At 213834 and 817, do you see anyone standing outside of the blue vehicle? Yes.
Doesn't appear, no.
At 213905 and 355, do you see anyone outside of the blue vehicle?
No.
Continue to play. At 213940, what, if anything, do passengers in the silver Pontiac do? Do you see any movement, for the record, of passengers from the silver Pontiac?
Would you like me to say who that person is? Or
Do you know?
Yes.
How do you know?
I later spoke with her.
Okay. Who is that person?
Miss Tina Clark.
And what does Miss Tina Clark do at 2139 and 48?
She exits the driver's side door and goes around to the actual pumps, gas pumps on the opposite side of the vehicle.
Do you see anyone outside the blue vehicle at 2139 48.339?
No.
At 214003, do you see anything as it relates to the blue vehicle?
Yes, you can see the brake lights come on.
Okay. Is anyone on the outside of the blue vehicle?
Not at this point.
Are the doors open or closed on the silver Pontiac?
This time stamp, it appears just the driver's side door is open.
At 2140 and 13, what happens as it relates to the blue vehicle and its occupants? Does anything happen for the record?
Yes, the brake lights come off and the driver of the blue vehicle exits.
Do you see or was there anything in his hands like a long gun?
No, it does not appear to be anything in his hands.
And are you able to tell the jury based on your personal knowledge who that person is that got out of the car?
That's Neil. His first name is Cornelius. I'm
Okay.
not certain his last name at this time.
And that's at 2140, 15, and 870. At 2140, 27, what do we see Neil do?
You can't see it from this angle, but there's vehicles parked here at the front entrance of the store.
You have an objection, what's the basis?
It's not seen on video, then yes, I do.
What's the basis of your objection, sir?
It would be, technically, if not there, we can be honest over information for this video.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor. There are angles that have been looked
Well,
at.
then
that
ask
have
her,
shown.
I'll sustain the questions to form, ask her another question.
As it relates to the front area of the store,
Mhm.
what do you see Neil do as you were describing previously?
He just began to walk towards the front of the food mart.
Is he running?
No,
And as he walked towards the food mart, did you see evidence of anything in his hands?
No.
And now at 2140 and 43.308, would you tell the jury for the record what Neil was doing?
he appears to be walking back towards his blue vehicle.
Okay. And where is he at 2140 and 51?
The driver's side door. He enters the car.
Of the blue vehicle?
The blue vehicle, yes.
At 214118.495, would you describe for the jury for the record what, if anything, happens as it relates to Neil, the blue car, and the silver Pontiac and its occupants?
You see Neil exit the driver's side door again.
Mhm.
He's standing near the rear driver's side door. And the young lady that was at the gas pumps approaches him.
Is that Miss Tina Clark?
Yes.
All right. And are you able to tell where Neil's hands are as Ms. Clark approaches him?
Maybe in his pockets.
I'm continuing. At 214124, where are Neil and Ms. Clark?
They're standing in between their two vehicles, and they shook hands.
Where is everyone that is outside of the car?
Ms. Clark, she's standing at the driver's side door, and Mr. Cornelius is near the back seat door, driver's side.
And has anyone else gotten out of the blue vehicle so far that you can tell?
No,
Is any door of the blue vehicle open?
it just appears the driver's side, the front door.
Okay.
Ms. Lowe,
Yes.
you got about another 5 minutes before the end of the business day, okay?
Then I'll let this play out and not ask any questions. At 214223, where is in relation to the occupants of the silver Pontiac?
The same spot near the rear driver's side door.
At 214249, where is Neil?
It appears to be the same spot.
Is he talking to the same young lady?
Is,
Are there other occupants of the silver Pontiac on the other side of the car?
yes,
All right. Now, what, if anything, happened on the other side of the gas tanks where the silver Pontiac is situated just before 214321?
this here, white Dodge Nitro, which we learned was a suspect vehicle, entered the parking lot and stopped at that side of the post.
Did it drive in slowly?
It didn't appear to be slow, no.
What does Neil do when that Nitro comes up?
He immediately walked back to his vehicle and entered the driver's seat.
And what happens to the occupants of the Dodge Nitro?
All three exit the vehicle armed with firearms.
At 214328, have you seen Neil with any type of object that even resembles a firearm?
You can't even see Neil at this point. He's inside the vehicle.
At 214332, what has Neil done?
He's got into his blue vehicle and closed the door.
And what about the occupants of the Nitro? What is happening at 214332 and 823?
They're walking into the parking lot armed with firearms.
At 214337, where is Neil?
Inside the driver's side seat with the door closed.
Has anyone from the Nitro done anything in relation to Neil's car at this point?
You can see this guy here, later identified as Walter Murphy, walking up towards the rear of their vehicle.
At 214348, is there anything you can see in Walter Murphy's hands?
Yes, you can see a assault rifle.
And what have he just done as it relates to the blue vehicle?
He approached the driver's side door, maybe less than 5 feet away. I don't know what the conversation was, but he raised the firearm and then began to back away from it.
Is his face covered, Mr. Hermes?
No,
All right. And what is he doing at 214351?
he's attempting to conceal the rifle into his jacket
Okay. And where is he walking?
towards the front entrance.
What is the blue vehicle doing?
Brake lights came on, so it appears that it's putting in gear to leave.
What's happening at 214359 and 467?
Walter Murphy began to run towards the blue vehicle with the assault rifle drawn.
And what does the blue vehicle do?
Pulls away.
What does Walter Murphy do?
Standing in the parking lot having a conversation, short conversation with this gentleman who was an occupant of the silver vehicle.
And do you know who that gentleman is?
I do not.
Okay. At 214406, has the blue vehicle completely exited the parking lot?
Yes, he went south on Jonesboro Road.
Did the blue vehicle creep off, or did it speed off, or did it do something in the middle?
It appeared to leave at a high rate of speed.
Where is the silver Pontiac at this time? 2144 Trail.
It's still parked at the gas pumps in his original place.
Did you see anyone other than Neil get out of the blue vehicle while he was in the parking lot?
No, ma'am.
And how many persons are on the outside of either the silver Pontiac or the white Nitro?
From this frame, I can see 3.
All right, Ms. Love, we're about done for the day.
Yes, Your Honor. I stopped for the record at 214419.650.
Yes, ma'am, 7 minutes.
This is
All right,
where
Detective Gaither, can you come back and visit with us again on Monday? If you could be here for 8:30? Okay, all right. Have a nice weekend. Don't discuss your testimony with anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay?
okay,
All right,
yeah,
thank
this
you,
is
ma'am.
where it messed up. So this part here y'all haven't seen, so we're gonna watch it together, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the business day, it being 5 o'clock on Friday. I think the sun is shining, it's out now. So we'll release you to at least enjoy a few hours of Friday afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any ministerial inquiry of me? Anyone? Okay. Monday, I need you to be here by 8:30 for anticipated 9 o'clock start time. And we'll have a regular work day on Monday, okay? All right, let's go through our admonitions. As you leave to go home for the weekend, leave your notepads in the basket. Remember, you're not allowed to discuss the case as you're leaving in onesies and twosies or in a group waiting for whatever mode of transportation that you are utilizing. Please resist temptation of talking about this case when you go home. Do not watch any news accounts of this particular case. Don't go on any third-party sites, and try and make sure add to your understanding, because remember, you can only consider what's been presented to you in the 4 walls of this courtroom. Of course, do not let any third parties discuss this case within your presence and hearing. If anybody should try and reach out to you in regards to discussion or anything about your involvement, you need to, of course, contact Sergeant Ingram and myself immediately. Don't go by and visit any of the scenes that may be depicted, as they've been testified to so far. And remember, you are not authorized to sit back there in any other location and recap or otherwise handicap the testimony that you've heard. You can only consider this case once it's been presented to you, and I've given you instructions on how you to consider that and begin your deliberative process. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for your extreme patience with us and the patience that you'll continue to give us as in the resolution of this matter. So unless you have any other questions for me, I'll go ahead and release you for the weekend. We'll see you back on Monday, okay? All right, all rise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our jury has left us. Please be seated. Okay. All right. Anything before we go home? Sir?
First of all, thank you, Your Honor, for everything. Thank you, everybody, for all your work. Your Honor, Detective Gaither, former Detective Gaither, is testifying, it seems like, to certain aspects of her case. There's witnesses that she was very involved with, including, not limited to, a gentleman named KC. I know the name's been used, but I think the board's aware of KC.
Mm-hmm.
So, KC hasn't yet testified. So, like you did with Detective Belknap, I'd like you to allow me to, if the state's not going to do it, they said they may recall Detective Gaither, but if they don't allow me to recall Detective Gaither for a robust cross-examination on cross-examination, rather than, I can't do it now because the evidence is not flown into the court, so I can't ask about other statements. It would be hearsay for the state. And if anybody on the defense side objected, it would be confrontation clause as well. So I'm just asking if you would allow me, Ms. Adams and I, to do that with Detective Gaither like you did with Detective Belknap. In addition to that,
But before you go on,
okay,
what about that issue?
Your Honor, I don't have any objection to Mrs. Steele asking Detective Gaither whatever she wants to ask him, whatever he wants to ask her. I don't.
In regards to Casey, or I think that's what he wishes to do.
In regards to Casey,
Okay.
if he doesn't mind talking about that,
All right. So that resolves that issue, Mr. Steele. What's your next issue?
not really, and only because I need KC to set it up for the jury, otherwise it's a mess. So I'm not going to do that. I need KC. The state said they're going to call him, at least it's on their witness list. So that, my ping pong again is I'd like to have the permission of the court when Detective Gaither, former Detective Gaither is done, not to be excused and to give me the ability, we can notify, through the state that we can call us across. That's my ask.
And Your Honor, as long as Mr. Steele is not asking to have her called in the middle of our case in chief, he's wanting to call her in his case in chief, I don't have any objection to that. But as it relates to our calling her as our witness, we have her up right now. We don't have any objection to him asking whatever he wants to ask, and she's not the only one in the room with that person, that other witness ever, and there will be other witnesses who will be here who was in the room, another witness, at least one, who were in the room with him, that he's free to cross-examine or ask whatever questions he likes, but as it relates to this witness, if what he is asking of the court is that he be allowed to recall her in the middle of our case, I would strongly object to that because it's not necessary, as he can ask her whatever he wants. And so the thorough cross-examination right here.
Is she being Detective Gaither going to be called as a witness again?
Your Honor, at this point, as we told Mr. Steele yesterday, we anticipated calling her this one time, and depending on what they do later on with other witnesses.
Well, if that's the case, Mr. Steele, you should plan on examining Detective Gaither at this point in time. If she's called again, then of course you get another chance to examine her. But at this point, I think you should err on the side of just doing a full examination.
Okay. Well, then that brings me to my second question. So when I call her in our case in chief, it would be
if you decide to do that, which is your case in chief hasn't started yet, sir. You don't have to present anything. This is make that clear, because you are not. It is not your burden. This is the state's case at this point in time. If you decide at some point in time you want to call witnesses when it is appropriate for your case in chief, if you decide to do so, then that will apply at that point.
okay. And then that brings me to this. Mr. Adams then will be crossing the former Detective Gaither This time, I will be crossing her the next time because there's gonna be a
Your Honor,
massive amount of cross-examination later. So I'll call her for cross-examination, my case in chief. But I just wanted to let you know that based upon what she's testifying today, it's a very small portion of what she did in the case. Ms. Adams is gonna be doing that cross.
Your Honor, Mr. Steele is asking for something that he.
That's one, it's one advocate per examination. So you've made the decision, you need to cross her. If you're not here that day, that's one thing, but right now, you know, you pick the decide at this point in time, so.
And Your Honor, also, Mr.
Oh, Ms. Love, wait till he's finished. Sir,
It's going to be, for this portion, Mr. Adams, it's gonna be a totally new portion, and I was gonna call her. Again, I'm gonna ask you for cross because she's a party opponent, she's with the prosecution team, but I'm just alerting the court to that.
you can ask again, but I'm telling you, I'm putting you on notice at this point in time. If you started the examination, then you should finish the examination. Doesn't make a difference when. In your case, and you've got some authority or something like that that will allow me to do so, I'll consider it at that point in time, okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
All right.
Your Honor,
What's the next thing?
The next thing is, former Detective Gaither testified that she did interview along with Detective Dennis and Detective Thorpe on about January 10, 2015 KC. I do not have anything, if it's in homicide in their building, I don't have a memo, recording, etc. I'd like to have that before,
I think we've mentioned this issue before about KC and about this interview as well. I don't think the state has anything. Have you all located anything about this January interview?
Judge, we've given them all of the interviews.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Steele, I think we've crossed that bridge a few times already. Have you talked to Detective Gaither at all to see whether or not there is in fact another video or another interview that?
I just heard about it for the first time when you heard about it.
Judge, we've given them that.
I think that the state, Ms. Love just indicated, she says she's giving you that video.
That we don't,
I'm sorry?
that would not be accurate. I have a video of Detective Thorpe on that day. I did not have anything, that's my point. I never knew Detective.
Is she being Detective Gaither fairly involved or in that particular interview with Thorpe?
It's a video audio, she's not there, nor is Detective Dennis. That's why I'm asking.
Your Honor,
Well, can the state inquire Detective Dennis whether or not there is said video or audio of any interview that she may have done in January 2015?
we will certainly ask again. We have actually gotten all of the videos and audio interviews out of APD because I actually had to go back into the whole system and Mr.
All right, well, let's just check again and see whether or not there is one. If there is one, to turn it over, okay? Can you let me know or let us know Monday?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'd like to, when the court gives me a moment to an opportunity, I'd like to respond to Mr. Steele's request
For
the ability to call a witness.
you must not have been listening to me. I'm not going to cover that now.
Your Honor, that wasn't the issue, the call was speaking to her, and Your Honor.
I'm not gonna look. It's based upon you just told me that you're gonna get most of your examination from Detective Gaither at this point in time. So I've advised Mr. Steele he needs to cross-examine her fully about that. If you should call her later, that would just be something that you'll tell me as to why. I'll make a decision. If she's recalled again, then Mr. Steele will have another opportunity and so will any other people have an opportunity to examine her. That's what I said.
I understood you, Your Honor, but we weren't talking about crossing it if we called her. Mr. Steele actually asked the court, told the court he wanted to call her as a witness in his case.
No. And remember, I addressed that too. If he decides to call her in his case in chief, that's his business.
Right, but he.
That's
as his witness at that point. That's what I was trying to get at. He's trying.
No, I mean, I'll deal with that one. If in fact that may never come to pass. Okay, so, and that's what I was telling him. I'll deal with it at that point in time because that would be his case in chief. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Sharp.
to follow up on Mr. Steele's inquiry about this interview, the second interview with KC with Investigator Gaither. I would be interested in not only audio, video, but any documentation or any notes or anything coming from them.
Okay, let's see if it even exists. Okay.
Yes,
So
I just wanted to make it clear that
my suggestion is that you reach out to her over the weekend and find out whether or not there is anything that would be appropriate for that particular period of time. Okay. All right.
I know it's on the, just a quick question, it's a Monday, will we, if
No.
not come to,
No,
okay.
no, whatever it is, no. No, what does he want to ask me?
If we, do not come to an agreement, I think Mr. Steele said he's gonna send over the redactions from July, either this week or tomorrow, hopefully. If we do not reach an agreement, will we argue that on Monday morning?
No, I'm going to exclude the video. If you don't reach an agreement, I'm just going to exclude the video. It is too challenging at this point in time for the court to be wrapped up in this particular issue. I'm just going to exclude it. I think there's another, if you cannot do it if you cannot get it done, because it is not the court's intention to take up something that we could have taken up a long time ago.
These redactions were given to us, whenever they were given to us.
Exactly. And when were they given to you? Like a year ago or a couple weeks ago?
Morning.
And okay, that's true, but
And so what we're trying to do is go through it.
but you got this witness on the stand right now.
Right, but this was given to us, we asked last night.
And whose issue is that?
The defense has made it our issue.
Okay,
because
yes,
the
they
defense
have.
has
Yes,
delayed again.
they partially have, but you all could have probably sought the transcripts. You've gotten everything else ready up until this point.
So they've had the audio for a while. Then they also knew we were going to be playing this since we've been talking about since Walter Murphy's been off the stand since Monday. And we had an initial motions hearing about redaction. These are additional.
Okay.
So we are going through, we are making them, we're going to go over them. Mr. Steele still has to give us a July 15th redaction.
The only way I'm going to go ahead and do this is if this particular witness is not going to testify about this through this video, and you have some other witnesses you want to testify to, and I take it up that way. But right now, I'm not inclined to stop to do it.
Well, can we have a hearing date? Because I think what's going to continue to happen, Your Honor, is it's going to be a late, if we turn over any evidence in advance, there's going to continue to be a late request or objection. Because if the court is going to continue to just exclude it, I think the defense, it incentivizes them to continuously do it late so that we can't fix the issue if the court's not going to have a hearing. And so, again, we're trying to follow the court's order. We're trying to give information in advance so we can actually have hearing dates.
Okay.
So,
see, the issue is this is a matter in limine that's really taken up a life of its own. So at this point in time, the easiest thing to do is to just play it and let me rule on it. That's about it. That's about the best I can do at this point in time. I am not inclined to go ahead and, I mean, you've advised the court as a matter in limine that there are issues with the tape, but to the extent that nobody has kind of set forth exactly what is said on the video so I can actually make a ruling on it. So, I mean, because you all told me one version, the defense tells me something that they've heard or whatever else, and there's no, kind of like ground truth in terms of, okay, there's been a transcript or like you've done with other particular tapes where I can kind of look at it and I can kind of see it or both sides agree to it. So at this point, it's like, well, you're gonna have to just play it and let me rule on it because that's the best way for me to do it. I don't want to excuse this jury unless I absolutely have to. And you know, I've kind of made it pretty clear about about most of the things that I have, that, you know, you've asked me about in terms of Mr. Hudson and some of the other things from that particular video that would be excluded, need to be excluded. So I think that at this point in time, in the absence of agreement, you know, you'll just have to play what you need to play, and then I'll just rule on it accordingly and see whether or not, or you can ask me right before you play it if whether or not I'm going to allow it. But if it's a short number of things, fine. But you know, I'd just rather take it up as it's kind of presented. I think that most of the things you all have come to an agreement on. It seems like there's just a few more things that you all need to kind of resolve.
Yes, and then Your Honor, I know based on your schedule order, Mondays is one of the days that we can come in early at 8:45. So if we're scheduled to be here 8:30, I think we can do it within the half an hour before the jury comes in. I don't believe that the redactions in this particular portion will take in total 15 minutes. I'm not sure about the July one. I would need to see what those redactions are. But I think in that 30 minutes, given that Monday was one of our days in which we're supposed to come here early based on the court's order, that we can actually come at 8:30 on time.
Monday's 8:45. Everybody's got to be in pocket for 8:45, because I understand that it's hard for everybody. And look, it's hard for many sets of attorneys and your clients to be here at that point in time. So yeah, I'll be here for 8:45. And we can certainly take it up.
Thank you.
No, my fund meter's pegged, Mr. Weinstein. So
No, I can always suggest more fun to any proceeding.
oh, okay, all right, we'll see.
I understand the 25th and 26th are full days. 22, 23, and 24, do you plan on those being full days, Your Honor?
You'll find out on Monday.
Thank you.
That answer your question? Is that fun for you? Okay, all right.
It was great. It was great.
Glad you enjoyed that. All right. Yeah, they're 4 days, Mr. Weinstein.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, okay. I'll see y'all on Monday morning for 8:40. If you could be here a little bit before 8:45 so we can take up whatever we need to take up. And I would advise you all to see if you could continue to work to reach agreement, or at least in the areas that there's disagreement that be properly flagged. So I can discuss and rule on those accordingly. Mr. Shard, I did take a look at Drawn, DRAUGHN versus the state, 311 Georgia at 378. I disagree with some part of what you said about identification on a video. A little different facts in terms of how that identification occurred. So we're just going to leave it at that. I'm still going to overrule your objection. Okay.
Your Honor.
All right.
Recess.
All right, guys, that was what was missing from yesterday's court proceedings. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, whatever was going on in that courtroom, I got it, whatever it is, because I keep coughing, y'all. And I think one of them people in there gave me their germs. So I've been taking vitamin C and trying to drink enough fluid inside of me to get this stuff gone. But also, I am going to show you some of my live footage that I have a camera inside the courtroom that I use for myself. And we can go and look at those things. I have a whole bunch of footage. When I tell you from the beginning, since 2022 to now, and they're footage that are exclusive, that is not from the pool, but I want to share some with you guys, the ones that are new here. So Now, yes, definitely, I'm gonna get plenty of rest. Now, there was some people asking me some questions, and I'm gonna give you guys the answers to these questions. One of the questions I received was, what was happening before the cameras came up? When we got into the courtroom, they were discussing some of the motions. It was between Love and Steele as well. Some of the motions that they were going to put in. So I did obtain a copy of the motion that's still put in on the 19th, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Just 1 second. I'm going to read it. Just hold on. I think this is the one. Okay. This is the one that he put in. And I'm going to answer the rest of you guys' question in a minute. Okay. And this was dated on the 19th, which was the day before yesterday. I need to put in my what's the name? Hold on a second. I got to do this because people take my stuff, so I have to put my stuff in there. Because I'm an independent, by myself content creator, so I have to do this kind of stuff. So just bear with me, okay? Oh, he posted the motion. Okay, Thugger Daily did. Okay. But I'm just posting it over here for people who didn't get a chance to see it. I understand you guys have other things, avenues of looking at stuff, but when people come here, I try to give them as much information as possible. So this will help them get some clarity and things. I mean, not everybody has Twitter. Not everybody has IG. Not everybody has YouTube. So I try to give the information to people. In my past life, I believe I was a teacher. That's why I like to give information. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. All right. So please bear with me. I have allergies. I have whatever crap that's going on in that courtroom. I got that. So I'm going to be resting to make sure my body is okay. States, I'm not even gonna read the title. I'm just gonna go straight in it, right? States supplement notice intent to introduce hearsay evidence. Comes now the state of Georgia by and through Fonnie T. Willis, district attorney for the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, and the undersigned, and provide notice of the intention to offer hearsay evidence at the above listed defendant's trial. The state will offer this evidence pursuant to the hearsay rule exception when the availability of the declarant is immaterial under certified business record exception under OCGA 24-8-8-3-6 and OCGA 24-9-902-11, which are as follow. Certified business record 24-8-803. Hearsay rule exception, availability of declarant immaterial. The following shall not be excluded by the hearsay rule, even though the declarant is available as a witness. 6. Records are regularly conducted activity, unless the source of information or the method of or circumstances of preparation indicates lack of trustworthiness and subject to the provisions of Chapter 7 of this title, a memorandum, report, record, or data compilation in any form of acts, events, conditions, opinions, and diagnosis, if A, made at or near the time of the described act, events, condition, opinions, and diagnosis. B, made by, from information transmitted by a person with personal knowledge or a business duty to report. C, kept in the course of regularly conducted business activity, and D, it was the regular practice of that business activity to make a memorandum, report, or data compilation, all as shown by the testimony of the custodian and other qualified witness, or by certification that compiles compile with paragraph 11 or 12 of Code Section 24-9-902, or by any other statute permitting certification and the term business as used intent. His paragraph includes any business, institution, association, professional, occupation, and calling of even kind, whether or not conducted for profit. OCGA 24-9-902-11 authentication. The original or a duplicate of a domestic record or regularly conducted activity that would be admissible under paragraph 6 or Code Section 24-8-8-3. If accompanied by a written declaration of its custodian and other qualified person certifying that the record A was made at or near the time of the occurrence of the matter set forth by or from information transmitted by a person with knowledge of such matter. B was kept in the course of the regularly conducted activity, and C was made by the regularly conducted activity as a regular practice. Thus, the state intends to introduce the following records: certificate of authenticity of phone record associated with 504-319-2920 from Sprint. States Exhibit A, serve discovery 1 Act 39 through 40, CD 10 07-11 2022. Certificate of authentication. Oh my God, I can't even say that word. Of phone records associated with 404-583-1990. Hey, Cody. Hey, Kobe. Sorry. From AT&T. State Exhibit B, serve discovery Act 1 Act 39 through 40, CD 11 07-11 2022. Certificate of authentication. Oh my God, I cannot say that word. Authenticity of record, a phone record associated with 404-664-3383 from Sprint. State Exhibit C, serve discovery 1 Acts 39 through 40, CD 18 07-11 2022. Certificate of authenticity of record, phone record associated to 823-8553 from AT&T. State Exhibit D, served discovery 1 Acts 39 through 40, CD 18 07-11 2022. Respectively submitted this 19th day of April 2024. Fonnie T. Willis, and then y'all know her name, Simone N. Hilton. All right, that's it. I'm gonna give it to all the other ones. All right, that was it on that. Kobe, come here. Uh-oh, Kobe running. I'm babysitting, y'all. Okay, so that is that. Anybody have any question? Thank you, Sylvia, for watching the trial. Non-stop coughing, sneezing. Yeah, and they've been doing that throughout the whole thing. And this is like now all of a sudden I'm suffering from it, but I'm gonna do some detoxing and all that kind of stuff. I've been taking vitamin C. Yeah, you want to see him? Kobe, come here. Y'all want to see my fur baby? My grand fur baby? Why it got Willis' name on the end? Because she's the DA. She's the DA, so everything has her name on it. Kobe, come here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Okay. They got a fur baby, y'all. Look at him. He got a bone. There you go, y'all. He got a bone in his mouth. Look at him. Look at him. All right, good. Good down. Okay. He says, okay, yeah, you ready? Open the door. Open the door, Kobe. Open the door, Kobe. Open it. Go open the door. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So we have moved on to looking at Acts 39 through 40 now. Or is it a preemptive? Yes, it's for pre, because we haven't moved on to it yet. It's going to come up next. Maybe take the day off tomorrow and pamper yourself. I'm going to do that. Hello, Sylvia. Does Gaither have a report that she's testifying? No, y'all. She's doing this from memory. She did her homework, y'all. Okay, but does she? But she don't be on. She don't. I'm calling. I'm sorry, y'all. But she don't be the one to have no say when she comes to them motion. No, Sylvia, when you have a chance or if you feel up to it, I'm interested in the Boosie news. Okay, I'll do that later after with Danny. Did she qualify as an expert witness? Yeah, she did qualify. Why did Spell stop talking? Who Spell? Look like that. Boosie, what did he do now? He still have that case, that gun charge for the federal in the southern district of California, the San Diego area. Did the jury take notes? Yes, they did yesterday. Did the state submit any report that Gaither made to the defense? Not that I seen, no. I think Love coached her because she only remembers the YSL name on the Rico. Why? Well, we'll see how she does on the other side when the defense goes and question her. They haven't done it yet. Wow. So how do we know if her information is correct? We don't. I have a theory that the state will rest soon. I think it's 6 more months. Is just sorry, hold on. 6 more months is just to keep defense at arm's length. Watch what you think. Well, I don't know because they have quite a few people that's going to come up to testify. Gaither kept calling her by her first name. Do you think there's a personal relationship between the two? What do you mean? Does she know her? I think because they've been talking to her for a while. Because this case been going on for roughly 3 years now. So she most likely has developed some sort of rapport with them. Typo. Why did Steele stop talking? It looked like when he was talking. I'm not too sure. I don't remember that part. Okay, Sylvia, were you able to ask them to have the judge ask the attorney to speak on the mic? Yes, I surely did. I asked a couple of times. They keep promising to do that, and then all of a sudden they forget. But I'll remind them on Monday again about them talking on the mic, okay? IMO, the state will go to 8 months. They will add more ADP folks. I've learned that this trial, I learned from this trial that Atlanta, or should I say Fulton County Police, do not make competent notes. Okay. Hey y'all, hey Kenzie. Miss Love will not talk to them on the mic. True. You heard the judge kept asking her to turn on the mic and stuff like that. They went and changed the battery and all. Because even when she went, a couple of times I saw Mr. Akin push the mic towards her face, and she talked then. Would you guys like to see some footage that I captured myself from the past? I know quite a few guys I haven't been over here. Yeah, I have to give me something. Thank you, Sylvia, for watching. Yup. Anyone see Steele and Shot quickly look at each other when witness says something can't remember? If it was hurt thugs or Friday. Thursday, you mean Thursday or Friday? Oh, I don't remember. How does the jury react when Miss Love speak over the defense objection? I really have not paid attention to them when there's objection going on, because I'm sitting there trying to look at those two going back and forth. So I will pay attention the next couple of times. I will do that for you guys. DK is the North Avenue snitch, really? For them to be working on this case many years, they have no evidence, only witnesses' testimony. Yeah. Of course we do, but only if we feel like it, Sylvia. Only if you feel like it. I'm good, y'all. I just have to go downstairs and get me something to drink. Gaither probably did an interview with DK off the record. That's why no paper trail or video. Thank you for the court update. You're welcome, Samson. They look at each other when she mentioned the album cover. Okay, are the feds waiting? I don't know, Danny. The wings of the state when the state loses this case. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I believe her testimony is rehearsed with the defense. With the defense. I mean, state. Yeah. And I think once the defense come in, you'll see whether or not it's credible. So, any more questions? Or do you want me to just go ahead on and show you some footage that I got? I got quite a few footage. Feds don't want this case if they have it now, not the state, when they sneeze in the courtroom, they cover their mouths with a tissue. Fed's not going to pick up this case. It's too messy. How long before DK goes back to prison? I'm not too sure. Adrian Love acts like Darryl Brooks in the courtroom. Oh, you funny. Why Love never speak to witness from podium? I don't know. I think she wants to be close to the jurors and to have like more of a closer rapport with the witness. Do you know how many times Thug was arrested? Because it really seemed like he was focused on music. He was arrested quite a few times. No charges ever was like given to him, and they made a deal a couple of times. So I can go through the records and see and give you like his arrest report. I can do that. But you have to remind me when I go there. I love the field trip today. It was nice. It was nice. He helped me to go through, because last time I went through the field trip, people were like, "Oh, don't go there, don't go there," because I was by myself. But this time I wasn't by myself. I was with somebody. Yeah, I started like sniffling a little bit more. I think because Kobe, because he has pollen all in him. Yeah, I started feeling that when he got closer to me. Yeah, it's Kobe. Yeah, it's Kobe, y'all. Because I started like feeling like my throat itching and stuff. Because I was doing well until he came up in here. He's sitting right here right now. I'm going to take his butt downstairs. He need to go downstairs, boy. Now he's right in here next to me. I'm new, although I've been watching the trial. Welcome, Erica Sermans. It's been 9 times. He's been arrested 9 times. Okay. In the last 13 years, but never found guilty to my knowledge. Okay. Thank you, Destiny. Michael says, who is doing cross Steele? I think it's Steele, because the way you can tell who's going to do cross is the one who's taking the most notes. That's how you can tell. Now, if you go and look at it and see who's taking more notes and who's doing more of the talking, the objection and stuff, it's the person that's going to do the cross. So pay attention to that, okay? Honestly, I thought DK's testified to statement pretty close. Okay. Back top ain't nothing but a YT. Back ain't nothing but a YT. I don't get that. Has Thug been offered any kind of plea deal? Yeah, every single one, I'm told, have all received they offer plea deal from the beginning. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is because I haven't seen any documents on it, but not all plea deals are shown until they take the offer. That's the only time you hear, or you'll hear them talk about that, an offer, but until they actually take it, you won't see in the paperwork. Unless they talk about it on a hearing, and then you'll hear it. But they do, they have the conversation behind the scene. Hey, we're all for them, type of thing. So, most of them in 2016 and before 2016, it was twice, including the Rico time. It just jumped. Oh. He was with Gunner, and the car behind has guns. Okay. Who wanna get Love a portable mic? Get her a muzzle instead. Oh Lord. Oh, Alda, that's not nice. That's mean. Love it for irritate when Steele says he called Gaither. She had to be schooled by the judge again. Thank you for watching. Okay, we got that one. They're not gonna say the good things he has done. Do they ever? No, they won't. And they won't allow it in because they're gonna be like, that's character stuff, and they're not gonna accept that kind of stuff. Do you think they have a smoking gun to tie the Rico to Thug? Well, they claim they have people that's gonna come in and it's gonna be like mind-blowing or something like that. On YouTube. On UYT regarding Thomas, I see mostly Woods name all over it, not much Shannon. Okay. Any other question? Do you guys want to see the videos now that I have? Do you guys want me to go a little bit further back? Because when I tell you I got like disc and disc and disc, I got stuff that's not on the cameras that the other people don't have. I got stuff. 32 gigabyte. You see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's quite a few. YSL Obama. All right, yeah, let's go ahead on and take a look at some of these things. If they have to impeach every witness, it's not a good look for them. No, it's definitely not a good look. All right, let's do that. All right, guys, this is some. I'm gonna put my little thing up. I know it's irritating, but folks be stealing my stuff, y'all. I know it's very irritating, but let's just make it light so you guys don't like. Okay, oh, let's do this one. All right, let's do this. I got some old stuff in here we're gonna look at. I got some stuff from January, and you want some old stuff or you want some recent stuff? Let's do January. And then, you know, when days go by, we'll just look at certain things, okay? Let's do that. All right. Here we go.
Before you sit down, sir.
This is all from my camera, y'all.
All right, Officer Wesley Floyd, W-E-S-L-E-Y, last name Floyd, F-L-O-Y-D.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good,
Yeah.
how are you?
Forgive me for I was trying to get my camera together.
City of Atlanta Police Department.
How long have you been with the Atlanta Police Department?
About 10 years now.
And what unit are you currently assigned to?
Currently I'm assigned to our training academy.
And what do you do for the training academy?
I teach recruit classes.
What unit were you assigned to previously?
Zone 3, evening watch.
Oh, y'all.
And how long were you with Zone 3 Evening Watch?
Yeah, I told you, we on our trip, we saw where Zone 3 is located. We saw it on our camera today on our field trip. You saw where Zone 3. It's a brand new building for Zone 3. Who's the gray-headed lady? Her name is Trish. Trish works with steel, and she's more like an expert. She tells, you know, she do like body language reading. She finds so many case laws. She does a lot of things, but she's an expert. She's a retired, either like a retired judge or she's a retired attorney. I'll find out from that for you guys. And the people in the chat gave her a nickname, and they call her YSL Granny. That's what they call her. All right.
About 5 years.
Were you both certified during that time?
Yes.
What were some of your responsibilities as a Zone 3 Evening Watch?
To respond to 911 calls primarily.
You guys all remember, y'all, this is from my personal camera. My personal camera, I wanted to basically take the reactions of Mr. Williams to see, you know, how he reacted certain witnesses and things like that. So you will see this camera only focuses on them. And I'll, you know, I pan it once in a while to the others, okay?
What coverage area do you cover as a Zone 3 officer?
My primary area is what's called D sector. It's pretty much everything south of 166, so Cleveland Avenue, Metropolitan Parkway, those areas.
And you saw us on Metropolitan Parkway. You saw us on that long street, and you saw us on Cleveland Avenue as well. We went Brown Mill. We did Old Hateville. We did by the laundromat and all that. So when they talk about certain area, you can go back to our tour and you'll see those areas, okay?
Officer Floyd was been pre-marked as 31B Victor and 30 Victor.
Okay, Alda asked me, did I know Thug family before all of this? Absolutely not. Let me tell you how I end up meeting Mr. William, his dad. I was covering the case. Sorry, I have I don't know what's going on, but whatever. I got this from Miss Hilton, because she's the one who's coughing near me. Whatever this is, I got it from her. But anyway, I was covering the case, and I used to sit up in the overflow with the family, wherever the family was, right? There was a whole bunch of family members and friends that would come up there. I was the only one from the outside that was sitting in the courtroom. So Mr. Williams, I was getting off the elevator one day, and that was like in the month of, like right at the end of January. I was getting off the elevator, and he was standing by the pole, the you know, the pole that holds the building, the floor together. He was standing right behind there, and so he asked me who was I, and I just told him my name and everything. He says, "Are you with any kind of big news or anything?" I told him no. And he says, so I told him what I do. I said, well, I'm a very neutral person, and I've been covering this on my own. And then he says, you're the person I've been looking for. So I said, okay. So we exchanged numbers, and that's how it happened. And then I started meeting different family members, and I met a couple of other families. I met the wives, the baby mamas, and all that. I met the different people, and at the time it was 28 defendants at the time. So I would speak to everybody, and so me speaking to everybody, he ended up doing an interview with me, and Little Rod's dad did an interview with me, and then I did a couple of interviews with some of the attorneys that no longer is on the case. So that's how I end up meeting them. Where does Doug get his snack from? Wondering from the start of the trial, he's always eating. Well, he eats because they feed him in the court, and sometimes they bring food from the jail. And at first they were allowed. Well, they didn't allow them. They were getting food from their attorney, but then after a while, the judge had put a stop to that. They would bring food just in case, for them. And there were times that they don't get a chance to eat. So the court has purchased food for them. Well, not the court, the deputy's office. And yes, they're pretty cool to be in a place in mind now because of the field trip. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm stopping in between so you guys can ask the question, and I will answer the question for you guys. All right, here we go. Thank you for the membership, Vic. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, some people ask me about the support that Jeffrey gets. He has a lot of support. There are quite a few fans that comes through there, and they come into the courtroom. And there are different like producers, like Kevin Lyle. I've seen him twice at the courtroom. I've seen definitely a couple of different artists. They just don't be put on camera and things like that. But I've seen quite a few come through there. And of course, you guys have seen Quavo. He came through there. And then there's another rapper, and I don't know his name, but he's been there. Chris Brown's bodyguard. I told you about him the other day. He's been there because he's also been a bodyguard for what's his name? For Thug. I had the opportunity of speaking to quite a few celebrities. but I won't give names, but they actually talked to me because of me being in the courtroom. So yeah. All right, let me go ahead and play.
Yes. What happened? It is a roadmap of Zone 3.
Is that 31 Victor or 30 Victor?
31 Victor shows all of Zone 3.
Okay.
And 30 Victor?
You said, does the jurors know the celebrities are in the courtroom? Yes. In fact, they did see Quavo. They did see Quavo. The jurors did see them. Oh, wow. Thank you, Nona, for gifting. She just gifted 5 membership to 5 people. Okay, how this work is YouTube the one who chooses who to give the membership to. And what happened is you have to set your got to go into YouTube and then put gifting accept. Somebody could explain that to them. That's how you get it. You have to have your account set up for it to be able to give you a gift. So they pick somebody in the chat. It does it randomly. So thank you so much, Nona, for the gifting of the 5 membership. You rock. All right. Okay. So yes, to answer the question, yes, celebrities, when they come inside the main courtroom, the jurors do see them. Now, if they go in the overflow, they don't see them. All right. Here we go. And those who received the membership, please say thank you to Nona. Please say, oh gosh, Kobe's back. So you see, I had stopped that coughing, right? He's back. Kobe is back. Hey, Miss K.A. So the court is open to the public. Yes, Erica, the court is open to the public, but here's the deal. They only have a certain amount of numbers of outside public people they allow in, and they sit in the back row. So if you're going to come, just make sure you get there early. And the earliest that you can come in the courtroom is 8:30 because the court doesn't open up. And you have to make sure you have your ID because they collect your driver's license. They put your phone in a pouch, right? They put your phone in a pouch. You take your phone with you, but you cannot make any calls or anything. They tell you to turn the phone off when you put it in the pouch, okay? All right. Okay, Faith, did someone pass in Shannon family? Yes, his mother. His mother passed. Why Thug's dad can't come into the room anymore? Because he is on a witness, the defense witness list, so he can't come. Do you think they will allow Shannon to go to his mom's funeral? KD, they may only let him go to the wake where nobody else is there, because that's what they did for Jeffrey. They allowed him to see his sister at the wake where no one else will be around, and they'll just take him through like a off time from everybody else. So most likely, definitely. I mean, if they did it for Jeffrey, I think they'll do it for him. It depends if the judge put in an order for it. They can ask the judge. And remember, Mr. Shard did go and ask. I know that for a fact. Because remember the time he says, well, Judge, I have something to ask you. It's unrelated. And they're not going to put it in the paperwork. It's going to be hidden. So is Thug's fiance there about she can't come either? Thug's fiance. Thug has a fiance? I didn't know Thug has a fiance. I thought I know Shannon has a fiance. I didn't know Thug has a fiance. Y'all. Okay. So him and Mariah's his fiance? I didn't know. I know that was his girlfriend. I didn't know that was his fiance. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. She's on tour, and Shannon fiance. I know that she's his fiance. She can't come in because she was on the witness list. They took her off. Jerica is his ex-fiance. I don't know who Jerica is, so I don't know. I don't know who she is. If you guys tell me, I'll and she's on the defense witness list. Who's on defense witness list? I have the defense witness list. I don't know who's who, so I can go and look at it again. I don't know who's who. I didn't know that either. Okay, all right, let's go ahead on. Any other question before I continue playing? Jerica Carly, his ex-fiance. Oh, I don't know who she is. Her name is I know Mariah Scientist. I have a picture of her and I. Let me show you. Hold on, y'all. Let me show you a picture. I gotta send it to my phone. Hold on a second. I had people hate. Oh, I got some pictures to show y'all. Hold on, y'all. This is when Mariah was there. Can y'all see that? You see that picture? You see this when Mariah was in the courtroom. Can y'all see that? I was the one that was doing the fashion. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong thing. Can you see defense witness list? Yeah, I have it. Oh, you want to see it? Okay, I have to look for it. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me show y'all. This is me and Mariah right there. You see us? Me and Mariah. Y'all saw that? Yeah, we used to do the fashion pickaboo. But she's in a concert. I mean, she's doing her what's her name? She's she's on tour. She's on tour. You see, I used to see, this is Mariah. She used to be there all the time. All right, let's go. I used to do like selfies all the time, but people started hating on me, so I stopped doing the selfies. Folks started getting mad and having fits with me. Wow, the state's trying to dictate who the defense lists. In your opinion, do you think Steele made Jeffrey put on weight to make him look a bit more friendly? As when he was skinnier, he did look a lot scarier, just less friendlier. Y'all think he's not friendly? You're not friendly. He's pretty friendly. I have videos of him waving to me. Okay. I want to show you a picture. I want to show you a picture where he waved to me. When I first got in there, y'all, it was because they know the trouble I went through trying to get in. Look, let's see. He used to always smile at me, and see right there, he smiled at me. You see? And he used to wave at me. His mom is sweet. Let me show you her picture. Yeah, I'll be like, I'd be like, oh my, yeah, I gotta get back to normal. Can't have this little freaking. I gotta stay away from these people. Seriously, I'm talking about the ones that be coughing all up in the courtroom because they be just making me like, ugh. There's mom right here. Y'all see that? This is Thug's mom. See? Okay. Do you think Thug will win this? Um, one thing about jurors is kind of okay. This is Shannon and his fiance right here. This is her. Shannon and her right there. Y'all see it? Yeah, I'm gonna wear my mask. Fed case died with big nut. Miss Sylvia, wear a mask from here on. I'm gonna do that, Melanie. I am gonna do that because I was fine, and then these people kept hawking and coughing and sneezing and all this kind of stuff in the courtroom. It's just like became so irritating. So I thank you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and start wearing my mask again. Because these people, man. Jeremy. Shannon's girlfriend is no longer on the witness list, but the state doesn't want her. Yeah, I talked about her, that in the courtroom. She's still under subpoena. Rachel Kaufman represented the girlfriend who asked the judge, let me be in the courtroom. Love has been annoying. Let her be in the courtroom. Love is being annoying and saying no just to be mean. Okay. I see the pictures perfectly. I like how you are covering this trial. Oh, thank you. Oh, y'all, I got the approval to do coverage on the brother. I can record and stuff like that. I got the approval. So we're gonna, you guys, masks don't work. Take zinc. I've been taking zinc. I have. I've been taking zinc. Definitely have. Supposed to be taking zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. That's what they told me to take. My sister told me. Love is stopping Shannon's fiance from being in the courtroom. That's what I heard, Shane. That's awesome news, Sylvia. Yes, I have the Rule 22. Got it signed off, and I'm in there. No, this is Gregory, the older brother. Well, his trial starts the end of April. I apologize, y'all. Kobe's back in here. Now my throat's starting to itch again. Kobe's back in here. He's right under me, y'all. This dude was right under me. He is not leaving me. When is his brother's first court appearance? He had it already. He had it. I was there. Do you guys want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it? I have the recording. The deaf one? Yes. Yes, that one. I can play it for you. Hold on. Oh my God, this dog. Y'all, this dog gonna have to go. Because my throat is itching like crazy. Yes. Yes, the same one. Hold on, y'all. Let me play it for y'all. Oh my Lord, this dog. Lord Jesus, help me. Hold on, y'all. I get it for you. And y'all wanted the witness list, right? Okay, hold on, let's see. Y'all want this the what's the name witness list? Y'all want the defense, but let me go ahead and get the recording first. Oh my gosh, my throat is itching. Trying to pull it up for y'all. Yeah, I am not a Mac person, so a lot of stuff I don't know how to do. I need to go tutorial and learn how to do this stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to do my best for you guys. I am not a Mac person. Okay? I just want to tell you that. I am not a Mac. I don't even know how to find stuff. I'm going to go try and help myself find it for y'all. Hold on, it should be right here. There we go. We found it. I'm going to stop sharing that. We're going to play that. Good. Hold on, y'all. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get it to the right spot. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Trying to get it to the right spot. I don't know how to do this stuff, okay? Please forgive me. Were y'all hearing it? Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's go back and get it. Bear with me, please, y'all. Please bear with me. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at it at all. Trying to pull it back up. All right, let's go. Where did it go? on. Okay, I think we got it now. Got it. Here we go. Right here. We got it. I'm gonna get bypass all this craziness. Okay.
All right, can we swear in the sign language interpreter, please? Okay. You have the deputy that can swear in the sign language interpreter? Okay. Madam Interpreter, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm that the testimony you will give today, in this case, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes? And are you a certified interpreter to interpret for the court systems? Okay. Will you interpret to the best of your abilities? Okay, yes. All right, you can put your hand down. All right. Okay, so again, this is the case of Gregory King, 22 SC 182955. Counsel, I believe y'all have already identified yourselves for the record. Are you ready to go forward? Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. King is one of the he's here today on
They're gonna tell her get on the mic. They can't hear her.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, all right, this is you, Maria. We have Mr. King on the calendar today for a bond hearing.
Okay.
Mr. King was arrested in May of 2021, at which time he was granted bond for terroristic threats, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, aggravated assault with intent to rob, and armed robbery. He has since been released and has been on bond since, no issues, anything like that. But this case, and that was pre-indictment. Once this case was indicted, however, the addition of charges includes now 16 counts of a criminal street gang activity, 1 count of attempted murder, 1 count of aggravated assault, if I'm correct, stated correctly, if I'm off on that. So we're here today to address bond amounts as it relates to these additional 18 charges for which he has not been yet processed for.
Okay.
Mr. King has been, before this case belonged to, Your Honor, this case belonged to Judge Eaton. We had a couple of calendars before Judge Eaton. Mr. King was present for all of those calendars as expected. There was little progress in that. We were looking at that time for a sign language interpreter so that we could actually go through discovery, talk about the case, and move forward. Since then, Judge Eaton, I believe, is now in the family division, and so these cases have moved on and now they're before Your Honor. It was also brought to our attention, I think, April 2nd, for Your Honor. Your Honor had almost like a catch-all calendar. And so for April 2nd's calendar, it was brought to our attention that there was an outstanding warrant for which he had not been processed over here.
Let me ask you this, has he been arraigned on these charges?
Yes.
On all the charges he's entered not guilty?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to say that may have happened, it had to have happened prior to July because he had case management July 10th of 2023. I am court appointed and this case came to me in July.
Okay.
And we had a case management calendar. We were reset maybe about 30 days from that. We came back again in October. And at the October calendar, the judge let us know that they were going to schedule an opportunity for us to come in Use one of the jury rooms, have a sign language interpreter present so that we could actually go through all of his discovery because it is impossible for myself and Mr. King to have meaningful conversation by way of text message or writing.
Okay, but today, the purpose of the reason that we're here with the interpreter is to set bond, is that correct?
Absolutely, to set bond. He is a lifelong resident of the area. Mr. King has no felony history. He is the father of 15 children, 2 of which live with him, ages 10 and 11. Mr. King is heavily supported. He has family. They're all here with him today. As you can tell, based on what we've had going on since 12:30, Mr. King is deaf. He also cannot speak. As a result, he is receiving SSI disability. He cannot work. And so these are concerns that we have as it relates to him being in custody. He has not proven in any of the time that he has been out to have been an issue for the state of Georgia at all. He is following the conditions of the bond that was established back when he had just the 4 charges. He has not been an issue. He is reported to court as he has been expected to. We had the one issue April 2nd, which we discovered is a matter of receiving notice after an actual calendar. Fortunately, I was here on April 2nd thanks to Ms. Simpson having emailed me the calendar. So I need to be here and I was.
What were the 4 charges that he received on?
Terroristic threats, possession of a firearm during commission of felony, aggravated assault with intent to rob, and armed robbery, and that total bond was $30,000.
Are there any other special conditions?
I know we were trying to pull up a copy of the, because that was before my time, so we were trying to pull up a copy on Odyssey of whatever the special conditions were of that bond. I imagine we would have some form of stay away provision, probably limited communication or no communication with any of the co-defendants, standard to usual bond conditions when there are co-defendants. I would imagine it has all of those things. I would be asking that Your Honor set a bond not to exceed $20,000 on the remaining charges. If that is not deemed appropriate to Your Honor, that Your Honor set a reasonable bond in light of the fact that he would be in custody in a situation where I am almost certain there will be difficulty with his ability to even be there, for the staff to even help, to assist. He cannot hear, he will not be able to respond to orders that were given to him by the officers. There are no officers that are on the floors that I know of that are certified sign language interpreters. And that presents a very unique situation and a very difficult situation. If Mr. King had a history, if Mr. King had been in trouble since 2021 or something like that, then I could understand better the desire to have him be in custody and just trying to figure that out. But he has proven to be no issue otherwise, and so I'm asking that Your Honor does set upon so this family can get together, work on that, and hopefully have him released sooner than later, where he is someplace where he can still be cared for and can still go on ahead and participate in the lives of his children.
Okay, thank you. Ms. State, would you like to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, and for the sake of me being heard by the court, I'll come up here. Just scratch it.
Do you have a copy of the bond, the original bond?
So,
I don't see it on the system.
I was just about to mention that because my computer battery is dying. The original bond is under the first indictment. So that would be 22 SC 182141. And, okay, let me know when you're there. 182141. And Judge, only 3 charges are mentioned on that order for bond. It is the armed robbery, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm
during the commission of a felony. It looks like the bond was a $25,000 straight bond with the following conditions. No contact with the named victim in the indictment of the armed robbery.
Who's that?
That's D as in David, E-M as in Mary, A-R-I-O. Last name is Gilbert, common spelling. And it looks like the only additional condition was no weapons. None of the gang charges were dealt with here originally on this original order of bond. And Judge, for the reasons that I will get into in my argument, we are asking for the court to no bond this defendant for this case. And I'll mention the Ayala factors after I give the court just go over a brief summary of what the allegations are. Oh, my computer? Here, okay, here, we put it back. I don't want that. Because it wasn't, the microphone doesn't like that, yes. This is better. Okay, so Judge, just briefly, we are dealing here with an alleged armed robbery that happened on April 12th of 2021. The 911 call came in, Atlanta Police Department responded to 221 Cleveland Avenue. It's a Chevron gas station here in the city for an armed robbery call. Now, it's important for the court to know that this particular gas station, this particular neighborhood, is a stronghold, meaning it is infested with criminal street gang activity. In particular, for the criminal street gang, Young Slime Life, otherwise known as YSL. The officers, when they got on scene, met with the main victim, Mr. Gilbert, and he told them that he was the victim of an armed robbery. According to Mr. Gilbert, and this is also on the also everything Mr. Gilbert said is the wrong word for that. He said that he stopped at that gas station to pick up some cigarettes. Innocently went in trying to buy some cigarettes. And as he exited his car, he decided to tuck his firearm. You can see it on the surveillance. He has his gun, a handgun, he tucked underneath his arm. Why? Because he had been shot at before, and that area is like I said, right with criminal street gangs. For his own safety, he took his firearm into that gas station. He walks up to the front area to purchase some cigarettes at the register. Mr. Gilbert said once he entered, he was immediately approached by the co-defendant in this case, Mr. Lindsay, who essentially questioned him about why he was bringing a weapon in the gas station. And the state's theory of the case is that YSL runs this gas station. So they didn't like it that a non-YSL member came into the gas station with a weapon. So at that point, Mr. Gilbert then put his gun on the counter and he proceeded to get his wallet from his pants to purchase these cigarettes. Almost simultaneously, after he does that, Mr. Lindsay yells to this defendant, who's right outside, this defendant and the other co-defendants are right there by the door. He yells at them to, quote, get the chopper, meaning get the guns.
Did y'all hear that? She said that person yelled to him, get the chopper, meaning to get the gun. So he's deaf. How can he hear the person saying that?
So at that point, the victim, Mr. Gilbert, he's seen speaking now with the other co-defendant, James Sheffield, while Mr. Sheffield is holding a firearm. And you see the other defendants come in. One has an assault rifle, I believe it's an AK-47, and the other ones are armed with smaller handguns. So they then surround the victim in the case, and they have their handguns on him. This defendant, Mr. King, approached the victim with a handgun pointed at the victim's chest and ran through the victim's pockets and took his firearm from him.
Then they told the victim that he better leave. One actually pointed a firearm directly up to his head, in the back of his head. They told him he better go and started yelling profanities at him. Then we can see the victim leaving and then following him outside. This is all on surveillance video. Victim gets into his car that's parked right in front of the door, and he leaves. And the defendants, including this one, they're standing outside where the car was, making sure victim is leaving. Victim then goes across the street to a Church's Chicken restaurant. And poor victim, he's in the parking lot trying to call 911 to report this armed robbery that had just occurred. These defendants, and I viewed the video, Judge, and I saw distinctly this very defendant, Mr. King. He then goes to the vehicle, one of the vehicles that they came to the gas station in. He gets an assault rifle, and he then proceeds across the street, going in the direction where the victim tries to call 911. So as the victim is seated in his car, talking to 911, this defendant opens fire on the victim's car, firing into the victim's windshield. And I have a picture, there is a picture that we will show at trial, if this case gets to trial, of a bullet hole right in the middle of the windshield of the victim's car. This could have very well been unearthed before this court today. This defendant is.
This is him trying to talk. You heard him, right? He was like saying no, and then.
And is currently on trial downstairs in the Fairview courthouse for Rico and other associated acts. He is YoungThug's brother. We believe that he is high up in YSL. He poses a significant danger to the community. Now, although he's not a convicted felon,
Although he's not a convicted felon.
To an existing pending case that Mr. King has with the Fulton Supreme Court, it was a HCSA possession of a Schedule II substance and possession of marijuana. Notably, and this is relevant to whether this defendant will follow any bond order that this court chooses to direct, to order. He was given a second chance at the pretrial intervention program, and he was terminated from that program. Here's why. No show for online or in-class sessions, failure to complete in-class coursework.
Okay, the reason why I didn't have a camera, because it was the last minute of me getting that up there, and that's the reason why I didn't do the camera thing. But next time I will do it, okay?
Failure to complete online coursework, failure to submit to drug testing, failure to complete 24 hours of community service, failure to respond to telephone calls, mailings, emails to come into compliance, non-compliance, which is the part that is most relevant here, non-compliance with Fulton County's food law. And this was on a simple drug case run. So if Mr. King refuses to abide by the court's order on a simple VGCSA, the question is how does a reasonable person expect him to abide by any order that this court gives in a case where he is facing life plus 395 years behind bars? We believe that the facts of this case, Judge, show that Mr. King is a danger to the community. He's a significant danger given that he is a known member of YSL who essentially ambushed a victim at gunpoint at a known gas station controlled by that man. That is the definition of criminal treatment activity. We believe that he's also a danger to intimidate witnesses in this case, Judge. As one of my investigators was going through the social media of Mr. King, his Instagram, we found messages between Mr. King and another unknown person. The account was unknown to us, essentially, where they are both 2 days after the murder, the armed robbery, talking about how
Excuse me,
Mr.
y'all.
King believed that the victim, Mr. Gilbert, was a rival gang of another gang called YSL. That is a rival of YSL. Also, Mr. King and that other person, they're talking, and I quoted some of the peers in the court, and this is 2 days later, they're talking about King, quote, the N-word in the store, end quote, to write a statement, end quote, saying that the victim was the aggressor. When the video surveillance shows that that is furthest from the truth. That victim just went in to buy cigarettes and they ambushed him, chased him out, and shot at him when he was calling 911 across the street. So given all those things, Judge, we don't believe that there are any sets of conditions that would essentially safeguard the community and the witnesses at the gas station who they were already thinking about paying to write statements, including lies. We don't believe there is any bond order that this court can fashion that would alleviate these concerns. And for those reasons, Judge, we're asking for no harm. If the court, determines that bond is appropriate in this case, 1761 does say that in cases involving violation of 1654, which is the Street Gang Terrorism Act subsection, that the court shall require, quote, increased bail. So if the court were to think bond is appropriate in this case, we would ask for certain bond conditions that are statutory pursuant to 1761, and just remind the court that per that statute, in cases involving violation of the Street Gang Terrorism Act, the court shall require increased bail. And if there are any questions that the court has of me, I would be happy to answer them. But otherwise, that's all.
I don't have any questions. You are going to get to the sheriff the other warrants today before close of business, before 5 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, to the main floor of this building.
Well, I have my legal assistant working on fashioning the warrants, and then we'll get into the records.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's concerned that he's not going to abide by any orders in court. He has been abiding since 2021 by a court's order on bond that he's currently on, which included an armed robbery charge, which already grants him the possibility of having a life sentence. So he's always been on bond all of this time, knowing that there is hanging above his head the possibility of a life sentence. This is not new, and he's done well, and he's done fine from 2021 until now. There's mention of whatever case that his brother has, doesn't have, has going on. It's not relevant to him, it has nothing to do with him. Otherwise, he'd be downstairs on the first floor as part of that case, which he is not. So I don't see how his brother's actions are relevant to him at all. They're not joined together. There's statements about how they feel he may threaten someone. There's been no proof that he is threatening anyone since he was arrested in 2021 up until now. The state, they pointed out themselves. There's YSL, there's YSL. These are cases that are incredibly popular in this courthouse. They have been working on this the whole time. They've been all through these cases. So there's no doubt in my mind that the state has been combing through these cases. And if in fact he has done anything, if he in fact has threatened anybody in association with this or a YFN or YSL case that exists, they would have spotted that by now. So I don't see how they can make the determination that now, with all this time, that he is going to be some sort of threat that he's proving himself to not be. Nothing has happened. I'm asking again that Your Honor grant him a bond that is reasonable, that Your Honor take into account the precaution that he is in regards to his disability and how that is actually going to work. I do not know how they are going to manage him at the jail with that. I am positive that they do not have officers on all those units that are assigned certified. I don't know what they would do. But you do have a gentleman who has not proven to be an issue for the state of Georgia since 2021.
Okay, thank you. I've heard argument of both counsel. I am going to find that, based on the evidence from the warrant, that he would be a danger to the community and that there is a history of non-compliance. And that would show that he may not comply with this bond and that there was evidence found by the state that they were going to potentially attempt to pay off a witness, and that would be intimidation or manipulation of witnesses in the case. And based upon these factors, I'm not going to issue bond on the remaining charges that he has not had a bond set on. With respect to special conditions, he is not having contact with any of his co-defendants, and that needs to be written into the order, and put their names in there. He is not to have any contact with any witnesses in the case or by third party method, no contact whatsoever. He is not to have contact with the victim in this case, David Amario Gilbert. And that's going to be the order of the court. Any questions?
So, one, I believe he's already got a trial calendar, so I'm just trying to believe in that trial calendar. April 18th. I'm sorry, April 18th, calendar call. Mel, can you hear me? I can. April 18th is the trial calendar call. And then, I'll clear down my questions. He's one of these opportunities to be able to go through this level and to be prepared for whatever we has for him. I don't have access to sign language cover to bring me to jail to go over his case and to have him help me prepare for his trial. So where Your Honor, bring him back over here with his sign language interpreter and set aside a day for us to be here to go through this discovery, for us to prepare for the trial that we have no short now.
Can you make that accommodation, Ms. Simpson? Yes. We'll just have to find the availability of an interpreter. How long do you think you will need to go through all of that?
I imagine it's going to take a while. Because everything that we do is going to take double or triple the time.
I just don't know, obviously I don't know what evidence is in the case, so I don't know if you're talking like a full day, half day.
Whatever the time is on the video is double or triple the time to start watching.
Okay. We'll set aside a full day.
What's your Monday like? Which was, I mean, 48 to 15 that night, and possibly the trial, April 22nd, before the current sale. Right now, April 29th, I am not with anyone, it's also actively. I have 40 evidence. So it may be necessary for me to schedule the court, but just so I don't do it.
Understood. Why don't you coordinate it with Ms. Simpson and we will try to get it coordinated and scheduled. Okay? Thank you. Anything from the state?
I'm sorry, I do not have
Okay.
so I don't know if this is something that the sheriff's department has or not. But how do you address the accommodation?
That's something I think the sheriff's office has to address. I think that's their purview.
I just need to contact to find out how that works. Yeah, because I can't imagine it. With someone who has to want to tell. Cannot believe it. So, they're coming up to identify who
I'm sure Ms. Simpson can help with that to put in a question as to, how accommodations are made to get you to this correct person. You could also probably stop by the ninth floor and ask them to leave. But Ms. Simpson will try to see if she can get an answer as well. Okay. Okay, and please give copies to opposing counsel and Ms. Simpson. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. You are excused. Okay. We also have Gary Ross Jr. on the calendar.
All right, that was it, y'all. That was it. They gave him 16 more counts of gang charges. All right, I'm about to end this live. I will see you guys tomorrow. Anybody else have any questions of me before I end? Y'all heard it. Y'all heard a lot. LOL. There's some photos somewhere. I bet if I was still, I'll have investigators searching everywhere. Miss W 1985. All right, guys. I got one more thing to do tonight, and it's going to be with the Ernest Williams case. Guys, I'm going to end this live for Thug, and I'm going to do my Ernest stuff now. You guys have a good night. Good night. Sleep well. I got one more thing to do, guys, before I go to bed, okay? Got one more thing. Are you welcome? I will give you guys update. I'll let you know what's going on with his case. They're supposed to have his the trial was supposed to start on Friday, but they changed it to the 29th. So I'll be there to give you guys update. I don't know how I'm gonna be two places at the same time. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but we're gonna work it out some kind of way. I need to clone myself. Hey, Naughty Lynn. Okay, I need to clone myself. The defenseless. You want the defenseless? I have to look for it. So tomorrow, Janet, remind me, okay? When I go live, remind me. I have to look for it. It's in my. Let me see if I can type it up and pull it up. Hold on a second, Janet. Since you wanna, hold on. Let me see if I can find it in here. I don't think I'm able to find it right now. I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. Let's see. Come in. I don't see it here. I know I just recently had it. Let's see. I know I had it. Nope, it's not here. I don't see it. No, I don't see it, guys. I have to go. I know I sent it off to someone. Let me see. There was like 100 and something people on that list, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it. Sorry, y'all. I don't have it here. I don't have it. Sorry. I'll look for it. Good night, y'all. I wish I could have more than one, my opinion. If you really love her, like, join in and just pay for what you can afford a month. I love her style and spirit. Oh, thank you, Jerome. Okay, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and end this, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's say our prayer. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Father, I ask you to bless every individual's family here. Lord, I ask you to allow them to have peaceful rest, that they can wake up in the morning and be full, refreshed, and ready to go to do your will. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Ashley Merchant is in that. Yeah, she's on that list. Ashley Merchant is the attorney that's for one of the defendants of on Trump paperwork. But okay, gotta go, y'all. I gotta do one more show, and that's gonna be with Ernest William, because I need to go ahead and read this what do you call it? Read this I forgot what I was going to say. Read this transcript and also play a recording from Lamont and his son. All right, I'll see y'all guys later. Love y'all. Bye. Those who are new here, this is my church music. Bye.